Good morning, I'm Nashika, and this is your June 11th digest from chale.news. Armed criminals are physically blocking World Bank flood projects in Accra, while storms are still coming. 1 in 4 Ghanaians now say they'd rather have military rule, and a newborn is still missing after 2 midwives are arrested with stories that don't add up. Let's get into it. We've been watching the flooding crisis, and this latest detail is infuriating. A former minister says armed squatters and criminal groups are physically stopping contractors from accessing World Bank-funded flood control sites across Accra. The money is there, the program is ready, but the sites are blocked. 2 people are still missing from recent floods, and more storms are forecast. This cannot wait. Here's a number that should make every politician in Ghana sit up: 23%. That's the share of Ghanaians who now say they prefer military rule over democracy, according to a fresh University of Ghana study. Corruption and economic hardship are driving it. 55% still back democracy, but researchers are calling this a serious warning. It should be. On the Ablekuma North by-election violence, Interior Minister Muntaka has now admitted in Parliament that security agencies each showed up with their own plan and zero unified command. That's why things fell apart. He says procedures have been overhauled, but offered no specifics. Accountability is a start. Details would be better. The anti-gay bill debate is back in the chamber. The Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council, signed off by President Eric Nyamekye, is formally demanding Parliament restore the stricter original version of the bill, saying the current text doesn't go far enough. The minority has been saying the same thing. Full story on chale.news. In Salaga, 2 midwives, 1 male, 1 female, have been arrested over the theft of a newborn from Salaga Municipal Hospital. They're in court today. Their stories don't match. The baby is still missing. A mother is still waiting. South Africa. A video is circulating of women singing and celebrating after seizing a salon reportedly owned by a Ghanaian national in KwaZulu-Natal. This is happening even as President Ramaphosa publicly calls for an end to attacks on foreign nationals. Ghana and Nigeria are still evacuating citizens. The gap between the speeches and the reality on the ground could not be clearer. A Tamale High Court has sentenced 48-year-old Abdallah Muhammad to 15 years hard labor for defiling a 14-year-old girl. And because he lied under oath during trial, the judge added 6 months on top. ActionAid Ghana is calling it a landmark win for child protection in the north. Good. Big news for Ghana's capital markets. Kasapreko's IPO came in at 1.72 billion Ghanaian cedis, against a 700 million Ghanaian cedis target. That's oversubscribed by 146%, chale. Over 30,000 retail investors and 360-plus institutions bought in. Shares hit the GSE on June 15th under the ticker KASA, one of the largest public offerings this country has ever seen. Not every financial story is a celebration. Ghana's microfinance companies have been told raise 50 million Ghanaian cedis each by December 31st, or face mergers, license downgrades, or shutdown. The industry body says the timeline is flat out unrealistic. If these companies close, millions of low-income Ghanaians lose their only link to formal banking. Full breakdown on chale.news. U.S. inflation has jumped to 4.2%. A 3-year high, driven by energy costs running 25% above last year's levels because of the Iran conflict and Strait of Hormuz disruptions. For Ghana, that means a stronger dollar pressing down on the cedi and higher fuel import costs. You'll feel it at the pump. Free SHS is under review. Education Minister Haruna Idrisu has confirmed the government is taking a hard look at the program. Infrastructure hasn't kept pace with enrollment, and a new push through GET fund feeding financing is planned. What's notably absent, any clarity on whether the structure of free SHS itself is changing. Families deserve that answer. Ghana faces Panama in 6 days, and the World Cup fan access crisis has gone all the way to the top. Trump has personally defended U.S. immigration rules after a FIFA referee was denied entry despite a valid visa. No policy change is coming. If you're still planning to travel, read what this means for you at chale.news. Meanwhile, there's a separate row at home. An NDC MP is flatly denying that majority legislators received government-backed supporter slots to attend the tournament, calling the minority whip's allegation a blatant falsehood. No independent verification yet. 6 days to kick off, and the politics are still swirling. Now something to actually smile about. An 11-year-old from Accra has placed in the global top 3 at the 2026 Singapore and Asian Schools Maths Olympiad. outscoring more than 62,000 students from over 50 countries. Only 2 children in the world ranked higher, Anvita Sharma, remember that name. A tipper truck in Tarkwa lost control and hit a passenger vehicle head-on, killing 4 people, including a baby. MUSEC has now banned all loaded quarry trucks from the Anglo-Gold Junction route with immediate effect. 4 lives, a route ban that should have come sooner. That's your June 11th morning from chale.news. Every story we covered today, and with the full context, is waiting for you at chale.news. Stay informed, stay sharp.